Daddy, why'd they build all those pyramids? April 3, 2189 AD, 10 a.m., chapter 69. The dawn of April 3, Good Friday, was bright and beautiful. The expected high on the West African plain was 78 degrees Fahrenheit, and a few scattered clouds graced the sky as the sun eased over the eastern horizon. It caused a spectacular shimmer effect on the east face of both pyramids and glinted bright orange off each and every metal part of the massive war machine surrounding the pyramid called the New Jerusalem, and the massive navy of warships surrounding the New Eden pyramid. The media simply referred to the two pyramids as J and E, or the Big J and Big E. Nevertheless, the two alien cities had become a part of the earth, and neither appeared to be moving on any time soon. Reports were that the New Jerusalem was drilling for and extracting oil and gas. Once it had exhausted the world's supply and had all it could carry, it was expected to move on to another planet. New Eden was thought to be doing the same thing, plus using up great amounts of seawater, which they were converting to fresh water. This process had actually lowered the level of the Earth's ocean several feet, causing a great uproar, particularly for the shipping industry, but nothing was or could be done about it. The New Jerusalem had resisted every military attack, and none had been attempted for many years. The New Eden, friend of the people, was never attacked, though a few terrorist bombings had been attempted without success. The sun would look down on the two pyramids this day, Good Friday, 2189 AD, as indifferently as any other day in world history. Things were heating up in another part of the globe, however. The daybreak temperature in Rome was 80 degrees, and the predicted high would be 110. Despite this unseasonal heat, massive crowds swarmed the city in the square of St. Peter's for the 2158th Easter. Many left the safety of the two pyramid cities, even though the large Sunday services were anticipated. It was thought that both Christ and Lucifer would appear at their own pyramid services. The media posed the question, why, if Christ, either Jesus or Lucifer, was holding a service, would anyone want to go to Rome? It answered its own question by stating that many millions still did not believe the true Messiah had arrived on this planet. The old guard of the Catholic Church was stating that the Virgin Mary would actually be the one to come and perform the final rescue of the world, creating a new world with her as its queen. The Pontiff Pope Frederick would then be realized as the true Christ. The Patriarch of Constantinople, head of the Greek Orthodox Church, and the Archbishop of Canterbury were also leaning in the Virgin's direction, but they were awaiting Rome's lead. By 10 a.m., the time of the Pope's scheduled message, the temperature had already reached 100 degrees. Despite the heat, St. Peter's Square was jammed with more people than had ever occupied the famous square. The Via della Conciliazione was also jammed all the way to the Tiber. Large screens had been set up so all could see and hear what the Pope had to say. The roof of the Castel Sant'Angelo was also covered with onlookers. The wind was brisk, 15 miles an hour, coming out of the northeast. It helped the onlookers tolerate the heat just a little. The bells of St. Peter's Cathedral chimed precisely at 10 a.m., as they had done for centuries. Pope Frederick was nowhere to be found despite a massive city and internet search. At 10 a.m., the Cardinals' inner circle huddled together. Cardinal Isaac, as chief of the Cardinals, was elected to speak. The inner circle took a vote on what he was to tell the world. A. Await Frederick's return. B. Tell the parishioners to enter the New Jerusalem. C. Tell the parishioners to enter the New Eden. D. Tell the parishioners to be patient. The Virgin Mary would soon appear and set up her eternal kingdom with the Pope as the true Christ and she as the regent. To no one's surprise, the 12 cardinals of the Pope's inner circle voted unanimously for option D. At precisely 10 a.m., just after the last bell of St. Peter's tolled, Cardinal Isaac stepped out into the blazing Roman sun. The applause and cheers rose to a high-pitched chorus. After several minutes, Isaac used his outstretched arms to quiet his audience. The crowd finally fell silent, awaiting their pontiff's words. A low-pitched murmur now ran through the crowd as the people began to realize that it was not Pope Frederick at the Vatican window, but one of the cardinals.